Alright guys, so this is going to be a foundation routine using the Pomme by Lyrics La Classique Trinite brush set, and also some products I got from Makeup Forever. So I'm using right now the smoothing primer, step 1 smoothing primer, and I'm putting that all over my face. As you can see, it's like a beigeish kind of a color, and it leaves my face looking matte. If you look at it, it looks matte, but it's actually quite smoothing, so it's kind of like silicone but without being silicone. Silicone meaning, like, you know, the clear primers, the clear ones, yeah, those are like more silicone primers, but this one isn't quite silicone. It has like a beigeish undertone. So I'm putting that all over my face, including my eyes, because your eyes are part of your face, and if it's a face primer, then it is undoubtedly an eye primer, if you understand what I'm saying. I'm shaking the bejesus out of that foundation because my hands were so slippery. This is the Makeup Forever foundation, and I'll leave the number in the description bar below. Your homegirl completely forgot what number this is, but it's what I'm using. I think I use what, 3-4 pumps just now. And I'm getting our new brush from the La Classique Trinite. This is Philippians 413. Yes, and it's a rounded brush, and it's a decent sized brush too. I love that. So I'm just getting that on the top of the brush, and I'm going to push this into my skin. No, I'm looking at myself like, what the heck did I do? Lyric, this is not your color, boo. But I'm just sharing it out on my face. And as I'm using the foundation, I'll just tell you what I think of it. If you saw my other video, my cut crease for your nerve video. If you saw that video, I got 3 colors actually, because, you know, we just wanted to make sure that I got the correct one. And I think looking back on this footage, the first coat looks like my color, like it blended really nicely. Foundation only. Now the thing is with these with the Makeup Forever foundation, I find that it's not full coverage at all. I have to build to get the coverage that I want, and it doesn't dry to a matte finish. Now, if your foundation does not dry to a matte finish, you can use a mattifying primer. By using a mattifying primer, your foundation automatically dries down to a matte finish because the primer underneath it is mattifying. I use a smoothing primer because I have texture on my skin now. I have these fine bumps around my mouth. I don't know what that is. Look under my neck. You see how it looks spotty? Because I keep on scratching my neck and my nails, leaving scratch marks. My real nails are sharper than my false nails. So yeah. So I'm just putting that all on my face using the Philippians 413 brush. Oh, I just love it. Look at how sexy it is and how it just goes all over my face. No worries, no muss, no fuzz. I love these new brushes, you guys. It's hands down my favorite ones. Manalai. It's just my favorite ones. Oh God, my chest. Oh, thank you, Jesus. Okay. So now we are going to go in with a second coat, and I'm going in with a second coat because, as you can see, I didn't get the full coverage that your girl is accustomed to. So I'm just going over the areas that I still see hyperpigmentation and some scarring peeking through. There you go. Now you're in focus. So I'm going on the sides. On my cheek, you can see some hyperpigmentation there on your right hand side. You can see them, the spots, and also on my forehead and a little bit at the tail of my brow. So that's where I'm putting it, and you can see it's going on really wet. It is very wet. It is really wet. Yeah, so as I say, if you want, and it doesn't dry down to a matte finish. Well, I didn't sit for it to dry down to a matte finish. I probably have to test it out. But as far as I can tell, normally when a foundation dries up to a matte finish, as you're applying it, it tends to dry up a little bit. But as you know, like tug on your skin because it's drying. But that didn't happen. So yeah. So I mean, it's okay. It's amazing if you don't have hyperpigmentation like me, or if you use concealer or color correct. I definitely recommend that you use a concealer before, or you color correct before. I just didn't want to color correct or use a concealer, just the foundation only, to see how it wears throughout the day with no other product underneath it or over it or anything like that. So that's why I didn't put any of those on. Alright, so now I'm going in with my NARS Creamy Radiant Concealer, and this is in the color Amand. And this NARS concealer and the LA Girl, the only difference is the NARS one is creamier than the LA Girl. No lie, it is creamier than the LA Girl. I think initially I had said there wasn't any difference. There's any difference with the color payoff. But I find that the LA Girl one is more pigmented, but this is creamier. You know, the LA Girl one you have to work fast because it dries really quickly. But with this one, I can go all over my face with it. On the areas that I want to highlight, go all over my face, and I don't have to hurry up and blend it out. Love this concealer. And I tried this little cheek highlight thingy. I mean, it's okay. I don't typically always do it, but I just tried it out. Then I'm going to be going back in with Philippians 413. It's called PH 413, but I'm going back in with it to blend out the concealer. Now, whenever you're using two brushes, right, the trick is to use the lighter color before and then the darker color after, right? But because I already have on my foundation underneath it, me blending out the concealer with the foundation already in it is helping the concealer to blend even nicer. You understand? Like, it's almost like melting into my skin because the foundation is already in it, and I'm blending it over top of the foundation. And as you can see, it's not losing the color. It's not taking the color that's on the brush. It's not taking the color that's on, taking the color of the foundation. The concealer is blending nicely all on its own. And I'm going to say in a second here where I turn the brush on the side, and I'm going to blend out the smaller areas. Look at that. Look at that. Look at that. And this is something that you wouldn't think about if you just if you're not into brushes. This is not something that you'd think about, you know, because you're probably wondering what I use this brush to do. I don't know what you use this brush to do. This is not something that you'd think about. But as a makeup artist, you know, being on the job, I have to develop the tips and tricks. So this is a really nice way to get a bigger brush to fit to your face, to form to your face. I just love these brushes. And this is why I endeavored to use these brushes and only these brushes for this foundation routine or for this foundation tutorial. And it's just showing off the brushes because they're amazing. So now I'm taking my MAC Studio Fix, and I am taking the color NW45, and I'm going to put that all over my face. Excuse me. I'm going to use this to set the foundation. I'm going to put it everywhere I put the foundation. And I'm using Sam's 139 and just PS139. So I'm using PS139. Love it. It's an angle brush, and you guys know how much I live for an angle brush and for a flat. No, you know how much I live for a flat top brush, but I also live for an angle brush. And the reason I'm using this foundation is because this powder is because it's full coverage, and it can even further cover up the spots on my face. Let me tell you something. Whenever I put on my foundation, homegirl goes for full coverage or no coverage at all. You know what I mean? It has to be full coverage. It really has to be full coverage. That's how I feel comfortable. So now I'm seeing where it's not real. Oh, I'm going to set the highlighted areas, and I'm going to set it with NC50. Now the reason why I stopped putting the powder all over my face is because I'm going to go in with a darker color, still using the same Sam 139 PS139 to do that, by the way. Back to what I was saying. I was saying that I had stopped using the NW45 because I'm going to go in with a darker color on my face to help blend. So I lay the NW45 all over my face as like a little base to help the other powder to blend with it. So I'm going in with NC50 now, and I'm setting all the highlighted areas. And I see how I turn in the brush on the side, right at the side or the corner to do down the center of my nose. That's like what I did to blend out before. And now I'm just turning it on the flat part as per usual to work it all over my face. I'm putting it on all the areas that I highlighted. Forehead, under my eyes, chin, you know, all those areas. So now I'm going in with motives very deep, and I'm taking the same Sam 139 brush, the PS139, same brush, it's just in my head. and I'm taking it flat and I'm going all over on my face, and I'm just patting it lightly. Initially I pat it really lightly because where you put the brush first, whatever brush it is, that's where most of the color is going to be deposited. So I used a very light hand to apply it initially, and then as I got to the rest of my face, then so as I got to the rest of my face, then I applied a bit more pressure. So I'm going to the center of my nose with what's left on the brush. Not the center, sorry, the sides of my nose with what's left on the brush. Then I'm going in back with NW45, and I'm going to blend out that color, and I'm going in with more of NW45. So NW45 is the bulk of the color that you'll be seeing. And the reason I chose to mix these two powders because the day before I had used NW45 at the bottom, and then I had used for church, I had used NW45 at the bottom, and I had used the motives very deep on top, and I didn't like how the motives very deep sat. I didn't like how it sat on my skin, so I want to end with the MAC on top because the MAC is full of coverage, it gives me more coverage. So yeah, the motives one, it wore off during the day, and like my spots began to show through, and I didn't like that at all. So I didn't set my foundation well, and again I'm going using the side of the brush, I'm going on the sides of my nose. Then I'm going to be going in with, I think, a lighter color. Look at my forehead, just shrunk down. Yes, girl, you are working these brushes, boo. Then I'm going to be going in with the same NC50, and I'm going back over the areas using the same gosh darn brush. Everything is just looking like one, you know. Seamless. I love that. You see that? How the forehead part just nicely blends out. But let's not pay attention to the nose, you know. Look like my nose in a prison. The 2 bar then to blood cleanse. Well, let's not pay that no attention. Oh, I blended it out. Talk up to me. That's why I teach. Whoa, the autofocus, good girl. Oh, shh. Alright, so what else am I gonna do? Oh, I'm contemplating if I want to use the other brush to low light, which I'm going to do, but look at that coverage. Look at that. Ah, amazing. I love it. I love it. I love it. I love the foundation, I love the brushes. I love the primer. I love it, man. Okay, so now I'm going back with my motives, and then I'm going to be going in with our flat top brush, and our flat top brush is Proverbs 3 verses 5 and 6. PR 356, and I am going to use that to low light my face. So you have highlighting and low lighting, and the technique is called contouring. So I'm just going to low light my face. And when I applied that for the low light for my the hollows of my cheek, I was like, yo, that's sharp. So I know we have to work to blend that line out because this powder is dark. I'm gonna have to work to blend that line out. Yes, girl, you better chisel that third chin. That's the devil. Chisel it. Yeah. We don't have double chins and 3 chins around here. Only one. So I'm here trying to just gently buff it. I'm like, I'm gonna push this one, man. And I was like, oh gosh, do I need to go with another brush? How can I make this work? And while I was doing this, I was thinking, okay, how can I blend this out? How can I blend this out? How can I blend this out? I mean, it kind of looks cute, but not cute, right? So blending out the forehead is fine because I had applied it flatly. You know, I had applied the flat part of the brush and not the side of the brush. So now what I'm going to do is, come on, do it, Lyric. Show them how you turn it out. I'm going to pinch the brush, and I'm going to use it to blend out those lines. Pinched, see that? Pinched, boo. Pinched, see? Pinched. 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 So I come to my book on my blood cleanse dainty. Shake up your body. Yes, look at that. A full face using my Classique Trinite brushes. 3 brushes. 3 brushes. Normally I have another brush, beauty blender, all sorts of something. 3 brushes. And that's it. That is it. Okay, so I'll have discount codes and where to purchase in the description bar below. Of course, you can go poemebylyric.com. I'll send the discount code here. It is ship free, and the discount code gives you a discount clearly, and it also gives you free shipping anywhere in the world, and it also ends on the 11th of March. I love you guys. Bye. Do not forget to subscribe, comment in the description bar what video you'd like to see, and yeah, like this video and share. Talk to you guys in the next video. Bye.